All right, so we are sitting here in your brand new 2020 Outback Limited. Just a couple of things that we'll go over here in the car. A couple of new things for you. It's going to look very different from what you're used to seeing. But things that are similar, your gear shifter is going to work exactly the same as it did before. Manual mode with the paddle shifters and the steering wheel. Your electronic parking brake is going to work just as it did before. This is just in a new location. You will also see that you have a wireless charger, so if you have a compatible phone, just leave the phone there. It will go ahead and charge. And you also, underneath here, have your two USB ports and a 3.5mm auxiliary in. Those USB ports are what you're going to be tied into if you're using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Up here, this is completely new for you. As you see, everything is going to be on this giant screen. So you do see that your climate control is right in here. They did leave you some physical buttons so you can actually change the thermostat by pressing a hard button there, as well as front and rear defrosters. And then you do have the dual control here for the passenger to change their climate control as well. Also, if you click on the thermostat that you see there, that pulls up this menu, which can then also change your temperature as well as access your heated seat. And that is on both the driver and the passenger side. As far as fan speed is concerned, you can control it right here with this quick button, or if you click on the little stick figure here, that pulls up where the air is coming from, so you can change what direction the air is coming from there, as well as the fan speed on this location too. So everything is going to be controlled right from there. We also see that your radio is up, FM, AM, Sirius XM across the top, and then you do see your preset station. So if you wanted to pre-program a station, you can press and hold. So I'm tuned to Froggy right now. If I press and hold on that number 1, that then puts Froggy in as a preset. So that's pretty straightforward there. They do have hard volume knob as well as the tune knob right up on, so you can do everything on the touchscreen, or they did also give you those physical knobs. If we hit this home plate icon, that's going to take us to our home screen where you're going to see the radio, you're going to see your media, that's going to be anything Bluetooth or plugged in through the 3.5mm jack or USB even. You're going to see the icon for your phone, where you can access your phone once you have that paired with your Bluetooth. You also see your apps. The most notable one's going to be Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That's going to mirror what you see on your smartphone when you are tethered through the USB port. Also, you're going to see your navigation. Pretty straightforward on that front as well. Agree that you're not going to be reading and driving at the same time. When you hit the menu, that allows you to search. You can search by address. You can also search by the name of the place that you want to go. So there's only one search menu. It allows you to do either one of those. The other thing to note here is your settings. So you do see that there will be several different types of settings you see across the top. General, sound, navigation, as well as your radio, your phone, and your car settings there too. So the car settings are probably the biggest thing, where you can go in and monitor what eyesight features you have on. So right now you have the pre-collision braking, that's default on, but you could turn that off if you wanted it off. Don't see a reason to have that, but if you are headed for an accident, if someone slams on their brakes ahead of you, hopefully you see their brake lights and you come to a stop yourself. If not, the car will beep at you. It will flash some lights up on your dashboard and up on your windshield. It's going to flash some lights at you, letting you know that you're headed for an accident. Hopefully at that point you hit the brake pedal, come to a complete stop yourself. But if you are completely asleep at the wheel, it will apply the brakes at the last second. You see your lane departure prevention functions. Right now, what is by default is just the buzzer. So if you start to go over the white or the yellow line, it will beep at you, provided you're going faster than 37 miles an hour. You also see there's a lane departure prevention function that will actually steer you back into the center of the lane. You'll feel the steering wheel actually kind of nudge you back in. Not enough to negotiate a turn, but it is enough to just kind of kick you back over a little bit. Or you can have all of those on. See the adjustments for the cruise control, and all of your different settings there for your eyesight. You're also going to see your reverse automatic braking, your driver monitoring system. So the driver monitoring system, that is going to be what we call driver focus. There's a camera up in this piece that is watching the driver. So if you are drowsy, if your eyes are shut, if you're looking off the road, the car is going to warn you. It's going to give you some alerts. It also can learn up to 5 different faces. So you can go into your driver monitoring system and actually register a user, follow the step-by-step instructions there, and it will remember you. So when you hop in the car, it'll address you by name, and it will move the seat to where you like to be. If your spouse gets into the car, if you have it recognize their face, it will adjust back to their settings. So however you intend to use that. Of course, you can turn all of these features off if need be. We do have a quick shortcut here. That little picture of a car actually is going to take you to those car settings quickly. So you don't have to go through all those menus. You do see the vehicle dynamics control, and in your old Outback, you would have seen a switch in the car that had that same picture, same sort of thing there. Your traction stability control. X mode's going to be going to give you some extra traction and stability. This is for light off-roading sort of situations, icy, gravelly driveways, those sorts of things. Gears the car down lower and allows you to get a little bit more traction in slippery conditions. It also works as a hill descent control, keeping you below 12 miles an hour when going down a hill. It will only work at speeds under 18 miles an hour. You'll also see auto vehicle hold. This is going to work just like the hill holder function, except now it doesn't matter if you're on a hill or not. It is going to, anytime the car comes to a complete stop, if you take your foot off the brake pedal, the car will stay in place. Steering responsive headlights, when you turn this wheel to the right, your headlights actually will swivel to the right or to the left. Obviously, it would then go to the left. So you can turn those features off or on. You do see another quick for those driver assistance. Pre-collision braking, lane departure, we did already talk about. BSDRCTA is your blind spot detection and rear cross traffic alert. That is on. If you don't like it, you can turn it off. There are little lights in the side mirror that will illuminate orange if somebody is in your blind spot. It'll also let you know when you're in reverse if there's any traffic coming from the side to side. Other features here, probably the most notable one here is the auto start stop feature. So the car is designed so that if it is at a complete stop and all the conditions are met, the engine will shut off on you. This is to save gas and cut back on emissions. However, it will not shut down if the engine's not up to temperature, if the air conditioner has to work hard to maintain temperature, if the wheels are turned, if your seatbelt's not on, if you're in park, it will not shut the engine off. However, that will shut off as soon as you take your foot off the brake pedal. It will turn right back on. If there's some reason you want to turn that feature off, you can go ahead and do that. However, when you start the car the next time, it will be on by default. So that's just a quick walk around through the main screen there. You also are going to see some new things on the steering wheel. So you do have your heated steering wheel right there. You just pull that towards you and you see a little yellow light telling you that that is on. You're also going to see that center screen between the speedometer and tachometer. So that top screen has some information right now, time and outside temperature. But if you look down here, there are some arrow keys, and if you pull towards you, you will see it'll scroll through different pieces of information across the top there. If you look at that icon where we see the A with the circle around it, that is telling you the auto start stop is on. So when it is white, that feature is on. The line through it means the car is not going to stop. So we're in park, the car is going to continue to idle. That's what that line means. It will not shut the engine off. If you turn that feature off, if you turn off the auto start stop, that will appear orange. That green light next to it, that is letting you know that the driver focus, that camera that is watching you, making sure you're not distracted, that is on. And again, it will be orange if you turn that feature off. Moving to the steering wheel, we see our cruise control features are right on this right spoke. So to turn cruise on, we go ahead and press that button right there, and then in that center screen we see a silver car that represents you. If your cruise speed is set at 65 miles an hour, it works just like regular cruise until a car in front of you is moving slower than 65, at which time your car will beep at you once. You'll see another silver car display on that monitor, and you will follow them at their speed at a set distance until either they get out of your way or if you're able to get in a passing lane and get around them. That follow distance is then controlled by these two buttons. Top one is going to extend the range, and we see that indicated by those white hash marks. The bottom button will decrease that range. This other button here on the bottom right, that turns on your lane centering technology. So if the cruise control is on and you press that button, it tells you that it is ready, and now the car will steer itself into the middle of the lane. It is not autopilot. Don't take your hands off the wheel, but it will actively work to keep you in the center of the lane. So that's what those buttons are for right there. Then you see your audio controls right on the left spoke of the steering wheel. And headlights, wiper blades, those are in the same places they've been for a while. Everything is going to work pretty much the same right in there. So just a quick walkthrough. Of course, if you have any questions, get in contact with me. Be happy to go over anything else, but that just kind of gives you a basic overview of everything involved in the 2020 Outback Limited.